Welcome to our vlog. Today is vlog number 200. Hi guys, so today is our 200th episode, and for that I just wanted to share with you guys how Jake and I met. When we met, I was actually taking an English course. I was taking an English course. And I was doing a career report. And for that career report, I needed a bunch of different resources. So newspaper, internet, site, book, a magazine. One of the resources I had to have was a personal interview. And so I had gone to 2 other hospitals in the area. Someone thought I said ER tech and I didn't. Anyway, and then I had scheduled an actual operating room tech, which is also called a surgical technologist. And they didn't have one available until the next day. Well, I ended up getting a very serious prompting. I tried to ignore, and actually it was so strong that I could not ignore it, to call the hospital next city over. And so I went ahead and called, made an appointment. Actually, when I did call, the nurse put me on hold and Jake picked up the phone. And so I asked if he had a few minutes that I could interview him for what he does for a career, and he agreed with that. So I went down to the hospital and waited for Jake, and in an L-shaped hallway, you know, where it goes like this and then this way. I was sitting right here, and as you know, I could look down this hallway, and there was a nurse that stuck her head out. A few minutes later, Jake came out, and the view I saw was classic. I will never forget it. He came out with a mask still on, and he grabs it and pulls it off, and it's like pop, pop. And he crumbles it up, throws it in the garbage, and he's like, "Hi, my name's Jake." Instantly, when I saw Jake, I knew that we would be married, that we would have children together. Instantly, I had butterflies that wouldn't go away. And so when I followed him back to his break room where we did the interview, I recorded it. Can't find that tape anywhere, but I recorded that interview and later came home and listened to it, and I laughed like a silly schoolgirl. There were certain questions that I had to ask, and I did, and I didn't really take notes. I just asked the questions and then took notes later. A couple days after the interview, I ended up calling him. But anyway, I guess I should back up. After the interview, he asked where I was parked, and he told me he had a shortcut to where I was parked and he could help me. So it was a hallway that had a door, and outside the door had a men's restroom sign on it. And he was like, "Oh, through here." And I'm like, "I'm not going through there, it's a men's bathroom." And anyway, it ended up being just a hallway that led to an outside door. Well, we stood in that doorway for a good hour, and I shared that I had kids, and you know, we just shared a lot of stuff, and I had the lamest one-liner that that worked apparently. But I literally said to him, when it was an awkward silence, I was like, "So what's your status?" I don't know. I said it. Yep. And he didn't even laugh or anything. He was like, "I'm single. What about you?" I don't know where I come up with that one-liner. I was super nervous. Anyway, so a couple days later, I called him because I didn't write down his last name. I remembered it because, you know, this is going to be my future husband, but I had no idea how to spell it. And so I called him, and when he picked up, he was like, "I was just about to call you." And I'm thinking, yeah, right. Anyway, we sat and talked a little bit longer. And then for those of you that don't know, I belly dance. I don't actively belly dance. However, when Jake and I were about to date, I used to actively dance on Thursday nights. Well, this was a Thursday night when he called, and my uncle answered and basically shared that I was dancing. And anyway, so I called when I got home, and he's like, you belly dance? And I'm like, yeah. Well, later I find out that he went to work and bragged to all his coworkers that he was dating a belly dancer. Anyways, so we scheduled a date. We went on a date, and I kept my boys away from him until I knew that we were gonna get married. But there was, you know, our first date was basically, it was really fun. We went and played pool, and then we went to a comedy club, and then we went to Macaroni Grill. After we had eaten and he was taking me home, he had shared that his dad sent him a letter in the mail. His parents lived in California at the time, but his dad sent him a letter and basically told him that he would appreciate it if he got serious about getting married, that he's getting older and wanted grandkids and this kind of thing. Well, Jake shared that on our first date. I was like, okay. Wasn't sure where to take that. But remember, the first time I saw him, I knew he's going to be my future, so that knowing that information about the letter didn't actually bother me. I thought it was interesting that he was willing to share that with me. But on our way home after eating, I'd shared that I didn't want our date to end, and so he's like, "You don't?" Anyway, we had gone up on the side of the hill to see the city lights, and I remember thinking specifically, if he makes a move and tries to do anything, this is over. This is not who I'm going to be with. And I really hoped that he wouldn't make a move because I really liked him. And my past, I had done a lot of online dating, and a lot of times the guys were just trying to get something, you know, and I knew I just set my standard as far as that went. And the great thing is he didn't make a move. And so anyway, he dropped me off. We went out a few other times. But one of the huge things was I had gotten myself worthy to go through the LDS temple. I'd gone through a lot and worked hard to get to this point. When Jake and I would hang out, Jake would say stuff like, well, when we get married, what temple do you want to get married in? And it was always when, not if, you know. And so it kind of freaked me out. Talked to my aunt, and I'm like, I really hope he's not playing with my head, because I don't know if I can handle one more guy playing with my head. And so she's like, well, call him out on it. And so I did. The next time he said it, I stopped him in his tracks, and I'm like, you know, I don't find it funny. If you're saying these things and joking around, I can't handle it. This is my future, and I'm trying to settle down with my two boys and trying to find a dad, and I need someone that's gonna stick with me and not play with my head. And he looked at me and he goes, I'm not playing. This is for real. And from then on, it was just a matter of getting the details squared away. And so we didn't really have he never really quite proposed. We don't have really a proposal story or anything. Closest thing was we were sitting in front of my mom's headstone, and on Memorial Day actually, and he asked when I wanted to get married, and I asked him, and he's like, I think the fall would be good. So we met the end of February. So the end of May is when we were talking dates, and September 4th is what we agreed upon. And so we did 6 months. So I knew instantly. I don't know about him, but I knew instantly. And we got married in Manti Temple. And yeah, it's been a fun 13 years. He's my rock, and I would definitely admit that I'm still in love with him. 13 years, and I still get excited and giddy when I know he's coming home from work. I hate it when he's working. I hate it when he's on call, and I just get excited when I know that we get to spend time together 13 years later. Well, 12, not quite 13. September 4th will be our 13th. Anyway, our 10-year anniversary, we went to the Bahamas, and I am just grateful that I found a guy that loves me for me, that does not abuse me, that treats me like the princess I am, and has been able to show me how to show my children how to treat a woman. Anyway, that's our story.
So 200 episodes. Ty has talked me into talking about how we met and up to the engagement, but because I'm a guy, my mind is very blurry on a lot of the details. But for sure, I do remember when we met. I was at work one evening, and the nurses and one of the charge nurses at the front desk at the hospital I was working at in Utah Valley Regional Medical Center, she had gotten a phone call from, I'm not driving, by the way, just so you guys know, Ty's driving. We're on our way to taco night. And so anyways, I was at the front desk, some nurses, or actually I wasn't even at the front desk. I think I was waiting in the lounge for either my shift to end or something to come up for me to do, or I was doing education. And next thing I know, the nurses at the front desk called me up. So I came from the lounge up to the front desk and wanted to know what was up. And one of the nurses said, there's a surgical tech student, or a student that's wanting to become a surgical tech that was doing a...
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Yeah, vehicle stop on shoulder ahead. And so she ended up telling me that there was a student coming to do an interview for a scrub tech, because that's what she wanted to do. And it was, anyways, the details were quite vague, but the funny thing was the nurse and the secretary, Laura Lee and Kathy, they said that she sounded really cute on the phone, and so they thought that I would be the best match for her to interview. So I said that's fine. But in the meantime, while waiting for her to come over to the hospital, because I was working the late shift that night, she the charge nurse had gotten a call from one of the rooms, and one of the docs was needing help, or a second set of hands for a surgical case. And as I was waiting for this student to come interview me, I walked into the room and scrubbed in and was assisting the doctor in his case. And I say a lot. And Ty showed up. The interviewee showed up and was waiting at the desk, and Kathy called in to the room and said, hey, the person that's supposed to interview Jake is here. If you could let him go, that'd be good. And we were at a point in the case where he could let me go, but he told me that he wasn't going to let me go unless she was cute. So he told the nurse in our room, Amelia, to pop her head out the window and see if she was cute. So Amelia stuck her head out the door, I said window, but stuck her head out the front OR door and looked around the corner to see who she was and if she was cute. And Amelia said that she was cute, so Dr. Thomas allowed me to leave the room. And as I left the room, I pulled my mask off and I threw it in the trash. And I don't know if she shared this part, but she was like, in slow-mo, I was like, you know, all GQ and everything. But so the interview went really well. She had a lot of really good questions for me. I probably didn't answer them all too well, but I do remember that she was laughing a lot and I was laughing a lot. And then, you know, after a little while, she actually taped it as well on a cassette tape, so that she could, you know, go back and write down information that she had gotten from me, that she had picked from my brain. Do you realize that window is dirty back there? I just noticed that. Sidetracked. So at the end of the interview, I was showing her the way out of the hospital. I asked her where she parked, and she said in the parking garage, which was literally right outside where our lounge was. And so I started walking her out there. I started walking her out there, but it was on the way to the men's locker room. So it was two doors. You'd go through one door, and on the left, you would go through the men's locker room, or if you went straight out, you'd go out into the parking lot. And I was taking her out there, and she was like, "You're not taking me to the men's locker room, right?" No. So while we were out there, we started talking a little bit more about, you know, personal life and stuff, and she asked me what my status was, because apparently I was good looking. And I told her that I was single, And she told me that she was single as well, but she had 2 boys from a previous marriage that she had gotten out of. And I said that I loved kids. And anyways, I gave her my number so that she could get a hold of me if she had any other questions, which I'm sure was a ploy to be able to get a hold of me again. And she did. She called me back 1 or 2 days later and wanted to get the proper spelling of my name, and we ended up setting up a time to go out on a date. And not that time? When was? Oh.
You called on Thursday night.
Oh, that's right. I called back and asked her if she wanted to go out on a date. And she told me that she couldn't that night because she was going dancing or something. I don't remember the whole details. Like I said, I'm a guy.
I got home and someone gave me the message.
Yeah, so anyways, I called, talked to somebody. She got the message.
1 mile. Exit right to exit 9.
And she called back, and I just asked some questions and found out she was a belly dancer, which totally was a hot, I thought. I was like, yeah. And anyways, we set up another time for us to go out on a date, and our first date I thought it went really well, except for the fact that I was talking about stuff like, well, my dad wrote me a letter and told me I'm supposed to get married, but I don't want to get married right away. And I was really, really weird on the date, I'm pretty sure. But I couldn't have been too weird, because at the end of the date, I asked her if she wanted to. I was taking her home, and she asked me, she goes, "You're not taking me home, are you?" And I was like, well, yeah, I figured I'd take you home since I think our date's over, right? And she's like, well, I'm not really ready to go home. And I said, okay, well, what should we do? And we ended up going in Orem above the water tower and just watching the city lights and talking, which I found out was funny later, because she said that if I was to make a move, she never would have gone on a date with me again. And I didn't make a move. But after that, we dated off and on, here and there, had some dates. Eventually I went to California, and what was funny was she was telling about me, bragging about me to all of her friends at work. And all of her guy friends thought I was gay because I hadn't kissed her yet. And it'd been, it'd been like 3 weeks I hadn't kissed her yet. And so her friends, all of her guy friends were like, dude, this guy must be gay, because he won't kiss you. And so you need to drop him like a dead door, I don't know what you call it, but drop him like it's hot. So anyways, I was getting ready to go to California for my sister's farewell, and I made a move that night. I ended up kissing her. She told me she was going to miss me. I told her I'd miss her, and I ended up making out with her that night, which was pretty awesome. And I was gone for a couple of days, came home, and we started dating regularly from then on. And eventually it came to a point where I was always joking around about getting married and, getting more serious about things. And we eventually, she said, you got to stop fooling around about talking about that stuff, because it's not a joke to her. And I said, well, it's not a joke to me either. And we ended up getting engaged shortly thereafter, and I was not really the most, what do they call that? The most traditional romantic, like getting on one knee and stuff like that. We just kind of talked about it, got engaged, and I know, totally boring, right? But we got engaged, and one of the cool things is that I got my mom offered for me to use my great-grandmother's wedding ring for her, and it's actually, the cool thing we found out about it is it's more expensive as an heirloom than it is as actual jewelry, because of the way the diamond is cut. You can't get them that way anymore. But I got that to be able to give to her, and when I finally got it from my mom, because she shipped it to me, when I got it from my mom, I kind of did an official proposal in our living room. So anyways, but that's pretty much it. That's my side of the story.
The next clip here is of my 2 younger boys looking through our photo album when we got married, and it's just fun to see them. So go ahead and check it out, guys.
It happened in September. Mama, why are you so skinny?
Because I didn't have babies yet.
Only 2 babies.
Yeah, well, that's true. I had 2 babies.
Why is it white? Who is that?
That's Dad.
Was that Austin trying to push him up?
Yeah, so is Kurt. Can you find Curtis?
Oh yeah, right there. That's cute.
That is cute. I agree. That is cute.
It's hard to find him. Is that him?
No,
Where is he?
this is all one picture.
Oh. Oh, this is the sides
Mm-hmm.
and back. Like Austin's face. Austin's weird. He looks like he's fat.
That's just a cute little kid.
And chubby.
Mm-hmm.
The freak.
I'm drinking from the hose, which is probably irrigation water. Who knows?
That's the water.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, is that? Curtis Cole Buckley. Curtis Buckley. Curtis Cole Buckley. Austin Hunter. It's Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is Scout.
Yep, yours is Scout.
And mine is Conrad.
Who's that guy?
That's that. But are you right?
There's kissing in it.
And hugging. Okay, hugging's fine, Karen. Hugging's fine. Yeah, Dad was so skinny.
Dad was tiny too, huh?
But you were way skinny.
I was tiny, huh?
Mama, but Daddy's bigger than you.
Yeah, he's always been bigger than me.
I mean, no,
But he's a lot
older.
smaller than he is now.
And you're older.
That's funny. That's true. I am older.
Well,
That's it. That's it.
oh,
Don't take off the...
very cool.
Can you see the boys behind the tree?
Yeah.
This down here.
Oh.
It's funny.
I wonder if they snuck in every other picture.
And then this is California.
Oh, this is where you got married?
No, this isn't California. This is Manti when we got married in the temple.
I thought you guys...
Do you
Wait.
see Grandpa?
Yeah.
There's Grandpa. Look
Grandpa.
how tiny Grandma is.
Oh! And she's so skinny. Grandpa.
Yeah, Papa Steve and Virginia.
Oh. Papa Steve looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Way different.
Do you guys notice something? Look at Grandpa's tie. It's a tiger tie.
What?
He got that just for me. During our bridals, I wore my tiger slippers.
Oh. Also, I noticed something.
What?
Have they ever seen Grandpa?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on Grandpa. There's something wrong about his face.
He doesn't have a beard. And he's a lot smaller. Ooh, this is coming off. Try not to peel the pictures off. I gotta re-tack them down.
Hey. You kissing? I didn't know you could put your foot that high.
I was almost falling out of his arms, so... Because that dress was super slippery. That was fun.
And another kissing. Whoa, that's cool. I like that.
You like that?
I bet that won't even fit you anymore.
You're right. I'm huge. There's
What's
no way it would
this?
fit me anymore.
You're not huge. Mama, what's this?
What am I?
You're a parent.
I'm a parent.
No, you're medium.
What?
You're medium.
I'm a
That's
medium.
like me. Mommy, what is that?
That's where we went on our honeymoon. It's one of the places we went.
Were we alive?
Nope. You weren't even thought of. That's our cake. And a napkin at our reception. Don't
Wait,
peel it off. Leave it there.
open
Don't
it?
peel it off.
I
Just leave it
thought
there.
you can open it. Hold on. I think you looked at it. That is cool.
Aunt Kathy made that cake.
That's tiny. That's awesome. There's 2.
Oh, 3.
I
There's
didn't know. Oh, what? How is it 3?
This one.
This one, this one, and this one.
Oh.
Wedding cakes are supposed to be
And this is the one in California.
You got married in California too?
Nope, we went to California. What do you guys think of this? You see how tiny I am in those?
Yeah.
Is that me? Does that look
Yeah.
like something I would do?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You think so?
Well, now you would, but... Oh, also, I didn't know you would shove food in Dad's face.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy, do we have the cake?
No.
Yeah, we still have the cake.
No.
Downstairs. Chocolate.
Oh, my cake? Is that what you want for breakfast? And they decorated
Why
my car.
Oh, whoa. That's yours?
That was my car when me and Dad got married.
It
A
looks,
Chevy Corsica that I bought with my own money.
it looks like they busted the back window.
They didn't. They filled it with pink balloons and look at my tires. I spray painted it. Which was funny because I made Jeremy in California. He met us there. I made Jeremy scrub the pink off my tires.
Why?
Because I don't like pink. Because I get it off.
You like green.
That's the end. What do you guys think about you? What do you guys think about your mom and dad?
It stinks in here. I farted.
Oh, wow. What do you think about your mom and dad?
Ew. Sometimes you're disgusting when you kiss in front of me.
Do your parents still kiss?
Whoa.
Do your
I
parents
see Dad's gun.
Do your parents still kiss?
Yeah. If you didn't, Dad would probably dump you. Dump.
Are you glad? Did your parents fight?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Do they scream and yell and call each other names?
No. Yeah. No.
No.
Maybe not loudly. I've heard you say that before.
Say what?
Not loudly. That you guys don't yell at each other.
We try not to yell at each other,
I bet you do.
but we don't. No,
Mommy,
we try not
I
to.
bet you yell at each other going, ah! Ah!
What?
You don't get it.
I don't. Why don't you explain
I
it?
bet a kid will get it.
What does that mean,
I
Bridger?
get it. You'll figure it out tonight.
Hey guys,
Hey guys.
how was the last 12, almost 13 years?
They've been good.
We've gone through hell and back, and we're still together.
Yep. I keep putting her through hell too.
We don't need to talk about that. But I'm never divorcing him.
Yep. Found that out the day after we were married.
Anyways, hey guys, thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. And if you're not already subscribed, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. All you need is a Gmail account, and it's free. So go ahead and do that. But like and comment, and don't be afraid to share as well. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed our story. Just yesterday, actually, he sent me a text of a song that reminds him of me. And I would have to say that it's the same for me. So I will put that link below. It is, what's his name?
Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis. And the song is called
Tangled Up in You,
Tangled Up in You.
I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Excellent song. I would have to agree. It's mutual. Aww. Anyway, see you later, guys.
Alrighty.
Bye.